Hey, hey, Jen. Carlene, awesome. Okay, well, you guys, I have about 20 minutes and I can definitely do the fire hose thing. And shoot, I think I might. I think I might just do it. So, quick heads up as to who I am. I am a digital marketer first, business strategist, business coach. Like that's my world started over there, right? I've have my own marketing agency, yada yada, a bunch of boring stuff. Okay. Essentially, what matters to you guys is that I joined Young Living last year. I hit gold or plowed through gold in 6 months. I created a system that is duplicatable, that I personally don't do classes. If you do classes, that's totally awesome. I love you guys that do classes. It didn't work for my schedule, so I didn't do it. So I did all of that, personally enrolled over 150 people last year alone, just doing my stuff. Okay. So we're going to talk about some of that stuff. I'm also going to share with you an actual system today. Okay. So when you walk away from this, you're going to have things you can do immediately. Okay. There's nothing worse than like listening to something and being like, okay, now what, right? Now what do I do? So, first thing that I want to talk about is a little bit of data. So I am a total geek. I am a sort of just like data nerd. I am a systems girl. That's just how I go. Also, the way that I build business, you guys, is straight up heart-centered. I don't know another way to do business. I don't want to do business another way. I choose not to do business any way other than if it's in alignment with my spirit, if it's in alignment with my ethics, and if I feel like I'm showing up in service first. That's the only way. And if everybody around me can win, if I've got a win-win-win-win-win situation, then I'm all in. Okay. If I don't have a win-win-win situation, I'm out. If even one person loses, I'm out. It doesn't feel good to me. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care about any of that. All that I care about is, are you showing up in service to the world around you first? And then the money comes, guys. Okay. So I'm going to show you how to show up in service right now and be building your business from a place of service. Okay. A little known fact, is that my system that I created that's duplicating like thousands of times at this point is written for yellows. Okay. And the reason why it's written for yellows, you guys, is because I firmly believe with everything that I am that a yellow personality is the best business owner on the face of this planet. And the reason why, you guys, is because they care so much, is because they love so much. They show up in service. They just want to help you guys. That's an amazing business owner. So all that I do is I inject some of my red, which I am overflowing with. I just inject some of my red into the strategy behind what they're doing, and it still feels good. You guys, Young Living attracts yellow people. If Young Living were to take a personality test, if the brand, the corporation, were to take a personality test, you guys, it's yellow all day long. Am I right? Like totally yellow, okay? So what it does is it attracts, like a moth to the flame, right? It attracts other people in service. Okay, so now here's what has happened is Young Living has attracted all of these, man, just like beautiful people, right? Has attracted all of these people to it. And then the business model is to sell products, right? And so those people that are just so like fuzzy hearted, that are just like, I want to help, I want to serve, are like, I don't know, because there's a weird MLM way to sell, which is kind of like mass weirdness. It's just weird and it feels sleazy and skeezy and whatever, all of the things. And yellows will not do that, right? They would rather just give away products. Am I right? So, anyway, what we have to do is we have to change things. So all of these yellows that are just coming into Young Living and loving it, that they know how to be able to share Young Living in a way that doesn't feel salesy and skeezy, you guys. At the end of the day, if we can get that right, then we have totally dominated the market, period. Okay, so that is my mission. That is my goal. Oils in every home, same as Gary's, right? I align with that goal 100%. And the only way that we're going to be able to do that, you guys, is if we come correct. We have to do things differently, okay? Because right now, all of the people that love Young Living, they don't know a good way to communicate, a good way to be able to share it where people will be responsive, will be listening to them instead of like, oh, no, I don't want to join a team. I don't want to sell anything. I don't want to, all those preconceived notions that happen. I didn't mean to just do that. I was Freudian. But all of those preconceived notions or ideas that happen. Okay. So anyway, all right, let me go ahead and this is my coffee cup that is always full of coffee right when I start talking. And then I won't actually drink it until later. That's just a thing about me. Hi, I'm Martha. That happens all the time. So we're going to talk basically about how to grow your oil business, your Young Living oil business, of course, without selling, right? Without being that person, okay? Something that I want to talk about super quick is, where am I on time? Woo, I'm just going to fly right through this. I want to talk about some data, okay? 2 to 3%. 2 to 3% of your audience, okay? So your audience is the people that you know, whether it's on social media, if it's in real life, if it's people that you've met throughout your life, that's your audience, okay? Those are the people that you can converse with in a normal way, okay? In different channels. So 2 to 3%, you guys, of that audience, that is what is called your low-hanging fruit. You may have heard that term before. Essentially, your low-hanging fruit, you guys, they're the people that join immediately. They see you post something, they see you talking about something, and they're like, "Ooh, I want in, da, 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 da," right? That's 2 to 3% of your audience. That is a scalable number across the board, okay? Whether you have 50 people in your audience, or if you have 500, 5,000, 5 million, I don't know who's watching this, people in your audience, okay? That is a scalable number across the board, 2 to 3%. Now, I'm going to talk about a couple other percentages here real quick, but I'm going to come back to 2 to 3%. So remember that, okay? 5%. I'm going to make jewelry about 5%, okay? I'm going to make straight up some bracelets like this about the 5%, okay? So 5% are the people in your audience that quite frankly wish you would shut up. They don't like anything that you're doing. You could make them look like a 20-year-old for the rest of their life and they would still be mad about it, okay? That is a 5% part of your audience, okay? God bless them. They're 5%. They're always going to be there. Here's the thing that you really, really, really need to understand about them, okay? That 5%, you guys, they scale. With the 2 to 3%, the 5% scales as well, okay? There are a lot of people that think, okay, well, these people that are sort of hating on me or whatever, they're going to go away at some point. I'm here to tell you they're not, and it's okay. Here's the deal. What we have to do is put earmuffs on when it comes to the 5%, okay? Because the 5% are the people that whenever you post something that essential oils has really done for you in your life, and man, you're so happy about it and all of that, the 5% are the people that says, that's poppycock. Or maybe they don't use those words. Or maybe they use other words, right? Or they're very forceful with their language. And here's the deal, is the 5% is loud. Okay, so the 5% looks bigger than 5%, but it's really just 5%. Here's what you do. Here's just a little hack, okay? Just a little hack. What you do whenever the 5% starts showing up on your social media, God bless them, you, if it's on your Facebook profile, like your personal profile, you hit 3 dots to the right, you click on hide. It doesn't, you don't delete it, because then you'll set them off. It'll become like World War III. But if you hit hide, they still think their comment is there, but nobody else can see it. Okay, so they still think it's there. I'm lying. Other people can see it. It's just other people that are connected to both you and that person. That's the only people that would be able to see it. But basically the whole rest of the world can't see it. So really that person that's getting all loud and mouthy and whatever, really they're just sitting there wondering why nobody else is agreeing with them. They don't realize nobody can see what they said. So anyway, That's a trick with the 5%. Do understand that they're scalable. They're always going to be there. Make peace with it and just move on, right? Don't let them stop you, because here's what I've seen happen before. I've seen people let the 5% paralyze them and stop them in their tracks, okay? Here's what we can't do. We cannot allow them to stop us in our tracks, because you guys, we are on mission, right? Oil's in every home. We want to make sure that people are wise to the world around them. If you did not watch Jordan earlier, watch Jordan, okay? Also, if you don't have tickets to Diamond Bound, get them, okay? Seriously, you need to be on point. You are on mission. If you let this 5% throw you off track, what does that mean? What that means is that you are no longer going to be showing up, which means that person that was going to see you, that person that was going to see a post in the future that was going to change their life, and maybe their kids' life, and maybe extended family's life, and then their friends, and then how many people was that, right? What that person isn't going to see a post of yours if you stop, okay? You guys, the 5% just want to get loud about whatever. It doesn't matter. It's not personal. It's not about you. Keep trucking, right? What would Gary do? He would keep trucking, okay? So don't worry about the 5%. God bless you. Stick them in a box, stuff them under the bed, okay? Figuratively, not literally. So, all right. So that's the 5%. Now let's talk about the biggest number of all, 92. 92%. So we've got 2 to 3% that's our low-hanging fruit. We have 5% that are the loudest people that hate what we're doing, okay? 92%, you guys. You're going to love this. It's the biggest number ever. 92% just need to hear it more. How about that? How about that, right? 92%, darn near 100% of the people out there just need to hear what you're saying more. Here's another stat for you, 7 to 15. Somebody needs to hear a marketing message between 7 and 15, typically between 7 and 15 times in order to make a buying decision. 7 to 15 times, you guys. That's a lot of times, okay? Because if you taught a class or you did a vendor event or you did a social media post and you got a conversation off of that, then you, some people, most people, let's be real, most people don't even follow up once, okay? Even less people, of course, will follow up twice, maybe 3 times, but it'll always drop off at 3 times because you don't want to be annoying. You don't want them to block you. You don't want it to get weird. And I understand that. We're going to talk about that here in just a second, okay? But 7 to 15 times is how many times somebody needs to hear a marketing message or a message period before they make a buying decision. So quite obviously there is a massive gap between 3, even if you get to 3, right? Typically people don't. But even if you got to 3, I'm just giving you the benefit of the doubt. If you got to 3, there's obviously a massive gap between 3 and 7 and definitely between 3 and 15, right? So what we need, you guys, is a system. We need a system that's going to nurture that person into a member. And that will nurture them into a member in an hour, 3 days, 6 months, a year, year and a half, whatever. It's everybody sort of decides at different times when it's right for them. Your job is to be consistent, and your job is to remain top of mind when they're ready. Okay. So what I've done, that's my whole Go for Gold system, you guys, is I've created a system that basically does that for you. It's a system that's set up that shows you how to get it done in a very, very easy way. Okay. So now let's go ahead and talk about this. That 2 to 3% that I said I was going to go back to. Okay. 2 to 3%, that's your 90-day phenomenon. Okay. 2 to 3%. That's where, so whenever you've gotten all your people to sign up and they're all excited, and it really doesn't even require a lot of business building, okay? It was all pretty easy and they all kind of just joined in, right? That's your 2 to 3%. That 90-day phenomenon, when a builder starts or somebody decides that they're going to start building, and then about 90 days later is where they're like, they hit that brick wall, right? And they're like, oh, I don't I don't know if this is really going to work out, right? Because they went through their 2 to 3%. It was easy, 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 easy. Boom. They hit a brick wall at 90 days. All of a sudden, all that 2 to 3% is gone, and now they need a business. Now they need a system, right? You don't need a system. You didn't need to follow up with your 2 to 3%. They don't need that. Your 92% need that, okay? So those of you that have been in Young Living for 20 years with your 2 to 3%, God bless you. God bless you. Now it's time to work with the 92% that's out there, okay? Because they're out there and they're ready for you and they need you, okay? All right, so now we're gonna go through the system super duper 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 fast because I don't have a lot of time. So remember I said fire hose and I absolutely meant it. I had a lot I wanted to say and not much time. Okay, so here's a super small system, okay? You can find this system in my group too. It's in the description of this video. This system, in case it goes way too fast for you, I have a Gold Getters group. You can find the info for that up there. Okay, so the system is this. It's a 3-step system. It's going to allow you to get your business going in 20 minutes or less a day, okay? So print out your friends list. You don't have to print it out. You can actually just get, and this is on Facebook typically, you can actually just bring up a tab that has all of your friends on it, okay? You get your friends list in front of you. 2, what you're gonna do is you're gonna message X number of people a day. Typically what I say is to message 10 people a day, okay? Now, if you can't feasibly message 10 people a day, don't worry, I'm gonna tell you what to say. Don't worry, I always tell you guys what to say about all the things, okay? So if you can't feasibly message 10 people a day, like sustainably, go ahead and message however many people you can message sustainably. Sustainability is the thing here, right? We need consistency. Okay, so if you can't consistently message 10 people a day, but you can message 5 people a day consistently, then do that and don't feel bad about it at all, okay? That's just your business and it's different than everybody else's on the planet. It's totally okay. You do you, okay? Now what you're gonna message them is you're just gonna reach out and say, hey, how are things? You're gonna show up in service, you guys. Watch this. You're gonna show up in service. You're gonna say, hey, I was just thinking about you, how are things? And then the things that you are going to hear from people, I swear I usually cry. The things that you are going to hear from people are going to be life-changing for maybe you and maybe them. But you guys, you are opening up a conversation with them that is heart to heart. You are opening up a place, a safe place for them to vent if they need to vent. They may need things that they need to talk about that they can't talk about with their close friends and family. There's things that just people, they just carry around with them. But whenever somebody reaches out that they don't talk to all the time, all of a sudden they can say some things. They can get some things off their chest. And then you're there to be able to help them work through these things. You guys, we are the hands and feet. We show up in service, okay? So when I say that you stay top of mind with people, you 100% do. You are top of mind in service all day long. We are not on this planet just to run businesses, right? This was never just business. This is all about showing up in service. And lucky for us, we get to make an income while doing it. So that's awesome, right? But in reality, if you are not feeling, if you don't feel right now like you're showing up in service, but you want to feel like you're showing up in service, you just need to check the energy of what you're doing whenever you're talking to people, okay? We're not messaging people and saying, hey, it's buy this kit and da-da-da-da-da. Like, that's not what we're doing. We're messaging people and we're asking them how they're doing, and we're really just waiting for their response. And then I have it's called Convert the Conversation. It's in Go for Gold, which is in the thing above. It's called Convert the Conversation. It's an entire conversation sheet. It gives you benchmarks to go through to be able to uncover needs, okay? So you'll uncover potential Young Living product or opportunity needs. And at the very end of that conversation, there is a small sentence that changes everything. Okay, it allows you to switch it to a Young Living conversation without feeling salesy, without feeling skeezy, without either of you feeling like that's the only reason you were talking to them. Because in reality, it's not. In reality, we're talking to them because we want to serve them. In reality, what we bring to the table is massive service to people, right? Massive. I think we can all agree with that, right? So we message that many people a day, go through the convert the conversation form in Go for Gold, or just have a conversation. If you don't want to get Go for Gold, that's totally fine. And then the third part of the system, you guys, is a curiosity post one or two times a week, okay? A curiosity post, you guys, is basically it's going through, we did a thing, there was a thing like at Rally, or it's not Rally, whatever it was called. There was a thing in April where somebody was talking about curiosity posts, and I kind of disagree with what they were calling curiosity posts. Here's what I call them, just to make sure we don't confuse the verbiage, okay? A curiosity post to me is whenever we're talking about a product, the solution that we got from a product, and we glaze over what the product was. It almost looks like that girl is such a doofus. She completely forgot to say what that product was. That's the energy. That's the feeling that it's supposed to bring forth. And then people are asking us questions, and then we're able to have consultative sales conversations with them to find out what their needs are. So, bing, we can fill their needs. And it's not always a premium starter kit. Love you guys so much. Sometimes it's the basic starter kit. And sometimes you just add on products that actually make more sense to people. That's right, I said it. So that is 1 to 2 times a week that you do a curiosity post. Again, I'm totally just having to go over this really fast. Hit up the Goal Getters group if you want to learn more stuff about that. And then whenever people ask you questions, you don't have to know what to say about the products and going through that conversation with them about the asking about the curiosity post. You don't have to do that either. I've got a sheet for that as well. Again, it's in Go for Gold, okay? Now, here's the thing. $1,000. Oh, Jen just messaged me. You can go longer if you need to. God bless you, woman. No. I'm like, right? So $1,000. Let's talk about $1,000 real quick. Here's the deal. There are, why am I giving away $1,000? A, why not is how I feel about that. B, there are 2 ways that we create change in the world, okay? Change in people, which equals change in the world, right? The 2 ways that we're able to create change in the world, you guys, is what? A carrot or a whip, right? I don't whip. I don't do negative stuff to people to try to create change. I don't. It's not in my spirit. It's not me at all. I don't do that. I only work from a space of, listen, I'm going to give you a reason to want to do this, because here's the deal. What I know is that since last August, when Go for Gold started, when I started making it publicly available to people that aren't on my team, it has literally thousands of people doing it that are moving through Silverbound, that are, some people are getting 10 signups in 6 days. Some people are doubling OGV. Not everybody. I'm not going to say everybody's doing that. That's impossible. Not everybody is doing that. But here's the deal, you guys. There are people doing it. It is as duplicatable as reading the instructions on the back of a pizza box. Okay. If you can read the instructions on the back of a pizza box and get that sucker made and be able to eat it, then you can do Go for Gold. All right. It's something that every single person can do. I literally break it all the way down to do this, do that, do this, do that, wash, rinse, repeat. It's a system. And then I also have something called Silver Made Simple. And just to clarify what that is, okay, they're kind of like they work together, you guys. Go for Gold is the system that I created for my team to plow through gold in 6 months. Silver Made Simple, you guys, is the daily checklist. That's a year's worth of daily checklists that I give people that basically it allows them to build their business in 2 hours or less a day. So after 2 hours, you're just done. And you know that you've done everything that you need to. It allows you to make your social media posts, to keep your team together, to reach out to your people, to reach out to your builders, to do your personal development. It's all of that. It's all of what a business owner needs. You guys, Silver Made Simple and Go for Gold are the onboarding experience that we have needed in this business, you guys. I have people that are messaging me saying, I'm so glad that you're doing this because now I can finally build the business. There are people that had been stuck for 20 years. They love this company so much. They love what we're doing here so much. They know, like they know Gary's vision, and they have stuck with it, you guys, for 20 years. Okay? Like that is amazing to me. And now they finally get to win. Now they finally get to see what everybody else was seeing all along. And now the people around them can win too because they're showing up in a whole different way. And they get to feel good about it. You guys, we have to do something different. It's not working anymore, okay? We have to show up different, all right? And showing up heart-centered is the only way to do it, in my opinion. And I think that's what every single person here today is speaking about. We're all talking about showing up from our hearts. We're all talking about owning this thing from the inside out, right? And I'm so freaking proud of you guys for being here. But here's the deal. $1,000. The reason that I'm giving you guys somebody, one person, not you guys, not all of you, $1,000 is because I know that it's going to change the trajectory of your business 100%. And I have already made it crazy inexpensive. And the reason why is because I want it to be accessible. I want you to be able to afford it so you can actually do this, right? So I have discounted it even more. The links are in the description. You have to get Go for Gold and Silver Made Simple. There's no halvesy in it here, okay? If you're gonna win this thing, you're gonna win this thing, all right? And I don't mean the $1,000, I mean life. If you're gonna win this thing, you're gonna win this thing. If you're gonna choose to do this thing, then let's do this, okay? We're not gonna half it. We're not gonna just do it. We're not gonna flirt with the idea of it. Let's do this. Let's show up and do it, right? So you need Go for Gold, you need Silver Made Simple. Tomorrow at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, I'm going to choose one person that has both Go for Gold and Silver Made Simple, okay? And they are going to win $1,000. I'm going to put it into your PayPal or wherever you would like me to send it to, and you are going to have money for convention, for mortgage, for your car payment, for whatever you want to use it for. It makes no difference to me what you use it for. But that's why I'm doing this, because I know that it's going to change your world. I know. You can go on my YouTube channel and look at all the testimonials, you guys. Okay. Anywho, I don't know if people are like allowing questions at the end. I'm assuming not. I'm going to go ahead and get off of here now. Is that everything that I wanted to say? No, it's not. The last thing that I wanted to say, you guys, is I love you so much. I love this company. I love you guys for showing up. I love you guys for caring about people around you so dang much that you will do whatever it takes to make sure that they can get oils in their hands. We have a world around us that is putting a wet blanket on our message, just like what Jordan was talking about. It's been happening for years. And you guys, it's time for us to tear it up from the inside out. And that's the only way we do it, is one-to-one. On social media, we get curiosity and then we get in conversations. And then we're able to really like do some good work, you guys. It's time. It's time for us to do this thing. I love you. Bye-bye.